Hello everyone, Adam here at MIEZARUTE Art School. In my 5 tips to improve your English video, I said that you should do what you love in English, including watching TV shows on topics you're passionate about. Because watching English language TV shows can work wonders for your vocabulary, pronunciation, and listening skills. Here in Japan, I recommend all my students watch English language shows. However, most shows in Japan are of course in Japanese and tend to focus on domestic issues. That's why Netflix can be a game changer. For those of you who don't already have an account, Netflix is a subscription-based service that offers online streaming of thousands of movies and TV shows. Because Netflix is online, it's easy to fit English into your daily life. You can watch over breakfast, on your daily commute, or as you wind down at the end of the day. And another good thing about Netflix is that you can usually watch shows with subtitles in your first language, should you need support. However, with Netflix having so many shows, it can be difficult finding the right one for you, because you've got to get that right mix of something you're interested in and something that's going to improve your English. Well, today I'm going to help you find some great shows for you, especially if art and design is your thing. So, let's get started with a list of 5 Netflix shows you can watch in order to improve your English skills. 1. Abstract, the Art of Design. Abstract, the Art of Design is a documentary series that highlights artists that work in the field of design. Now, here in Japan, I teach a lot of students who want to study art and design in the UK, and in many cases I recommend they consider doing a foundation course. Foundation courses give you the opportunity to try a range of creative subject areas before making a reasoned decision about which specialist field you want to focus on. I'm pretty sure that without having done a foundation course, I'd be in completely the wrong field for me now. And like a foundation course, this show will open your eyes to new ways of working and thinking that you haven't considered before. In season 1 alone, you have automotive design, interior design, illustration, footwear design, and stage design, to name but a few. If you're an artist or designer, this exposure to such a range of creative fields will work wonders on your practice, and I'm sure will be fascinating for anyone with even just a passing interest in art and design. Abstract, the Art of Design is fast, funny, and full of movement, and really brings to life what artists and designers do in their practice. If you're an artist or designer who wants to expand overseas, you really must listen to the way in which the creative practitioners in this series talk about their work. You're guaranteed to pick up new vocabulary, phrases, and presentation techniques that you too can use when you talk about your creative practice in English with other people. 2. Queer Eye. In every episode of Queer Eye, the hosts, known as the Fab Five, visit a different subject and give them a full makeover and lifestyle advice. Now, each member of the Fab Five has a different specialist field. Bobby, interior design; Tan, fashion; Anthony, food and wine; Jonathan, grooming; and Karamo, lifestyle and culture. So this show is great for picking up new vocabulary related to everyday items and activities. Now, I'm from the UK, and to be honest with you, when I first saw the trailers for Queer Eye, it just seemed far too bright and happy and sunny for me. When I was growing up, I mostly watch British sitcoms with depressing premises, such as One Foot in the Grave, about a grumpy retiree and his long-suffering wife. Bottom, about two violent, antisocial losers in their dirty flat. And The League of Gentlemen, about an isolated northern community where frightening, perverted and twisted things happen behind closed doors. So Queer Eye's brand of sunny Americanism didn't seem up my street at all. Well, when Queer Eye gained rave reviews and it seemed like everyone was talking about it, I had to see what all the fuss was about. When I finally watched Queer Eye, I instantly fell in love with it. It was so refreshing to see gay people front and centre in a show that values love and emphasises the importance of compassion and empathy. Sometimes you just got to watch something positive, especially when you're working on your English skills in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. I feel a real connection with the Fab Five because they use their creativity to empower people and improve their lives. And that's my goal with MIEZARUTE Art School. Like the Fab Five, I want to make the world a better place and encourage you to do the same. Finally, because Queer Eye brings together people from many different backgrounds, it'll help you relate to people overseas and talk with them about matters that are important in their country, such as LGBTQ issues. Now, this is especially important here in Japan, which is the only G7 country that doesn't recognise same-sex marriage. What's the problem? I mean, samurai used to get it on. 3. Next in fashion. Fashion is a huge industry and the biggest draw at many art schools. That's certainly the case at UAL, where I studied. In my opinion, this reality show and fashion design competition is perfect for anyone wanting to study fashion overseas or who already works in the fashion field and wants to become more global. Oh, and it's hosted by Tan France of Queer Eye, along with Alexa Chung. Basically, in each challenge the contestants are given the same project, such as designing a suit, streetwear or underwear, but all the outcomes are wildly different. Trust me, this show is really addictive. And as you have fun watching it, you'll pick up lots of technical vocabulary related to garment making and materials. Now, because the designers in this show are from all over the world, you'll get to hear a wide variety of different accents. There's Puerto Rican, Mexican, Indian, Canadian, Italian, Chinese, Korean, Scottish, and different American and English accents too. And all these different accents will be great for improving your listening skills. Also, there are several non-native English speakers in this show, and I think you'll find them really inspiring because they work so hard to communicate with passion, personality and creativity. And you too should be creative with your English, as I said in my 5 tips to improve your English skills video. Now, 2 designers from Asia, Minju Kim and Angel Chen, come across particularly well in this show. They draw upon Korean and Chinese culture to great effect. They look for what is unique about themselves and their culture and include that in their work. Now, if you want to work or study overseas, people will look for what's unique about you, and your culture and personal experiences contain that. 4. The Toys That Made Us. The Toys That Made Us is a documentary series that focuses on the history of important toy lines like Star Wars, Power Rangers, Transformers, Lego, Hello Kitty and more. A lot of these toys were big when I was growing up, like He-Man, which was one of my particular favourites. how could it not be when the main character is called Prince Adam? For me, this show is pure nostalgia and transports me right back to my childhood. The Power Rangers episode really stood out to me because it corroborated rumours I heard as a child of there being a major Japanese influence on this popular TV show. Now, I had an internet-free childhood, so I had no way of knowing why the fight scenes didn't match the rest of the show. But thanks to the toys that made us, I now know that this is because the fight scenes were taken from a Japanese TV show bought on the cheap. And I also found out that it took 8 years for the creators of Power Rangers to find any takers, before, in 1993, it became a $1 billion toy empire. Now, this show is full of such interesting revelations. Now, don't worry if you're not familiar with the toys featured in this show, because it's not sentimental about the toys at all. Yes, there are lots of beautiful shots of brightly coloured toys, but the main focus is on interviews of the people who created them, and that's where this show gets really interesting. It's a joy to go behind the scenes to find out the process involved in creating a successful toy line. Now, The Toys That Made Us is probably best suited for advanced English listeners, as the interviewees speak pretty quickly, so it might be difficult for you to follow the nuance of the language as you watch it. However, this show is worth persevering with, as the people who made the toys are so open about their mistakes, irritations, rivalries, and how their successes were a combination of ingenuity and luck. This makes for some really entertaining interviews, full of natural English storytelling, descriptions, and explanations at the intersection of creativity and commerce. And if you need a little extra support, as I said before, you can always watch with subtitles in your first language. 5. Peppa Pig. Right, now something for beginners, people who've just started learning English, or people who've been learning for a while but are struggling with their listening skills. When I meet beginners or people who are struggling with their listening skills, I recommend they watch children's TV shows. But you have to be so careful, because many children's TV shows use simplified English to entertain children. There just aren't that many children's TV shows where the characters speak well, with good pronunciation. One programme I think is great for improving your English if you're a beginner is Peppa Pig. Now, for those of you who think it's just a kids show, trust me, it has a lot of natural British English to offer. It's about the life and adventures of a little piglet, Peppa, and her friends and family. Now, Peppa speaks really clearly and has a British accent, like me. And the best part is, it's written in really simple English, simple tenses, and covers all the basic vocabulary you need. It can be quite stressful listening to English, but it won't be if you just relax and enjoy this cute, fun cartoon. And each episode is only around 5 minutes long, so it won't take up too much of your time. So, thank you very much for watching. Check the description below to find links to all the Netflix shows I recommended today, plus details on how to book an art English lesson with me at MIEZARUTE Art School. And what are your favourite TV shows? If you have any recommendations, then please leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button and subscribe to watch more videos from MIEZARUTE Art School. See you next time.